Hello, good day, everyone. This is Jan Goss Gibson with Civility Consulting in beautiful Austin, Texas. And I'm coming to you today with just a quick word, a short word to encourage you and to challenge you as leaders to not just show up in life, but to actually show up well. When we show up well, we actually make what I call an optimal first impression. This is your guide to a positive first impression. Just imagine with me, if you will, your business and every single person within your structure not only shows up, but shows up well on a daily basis. This is what I call building a company culture. What would your business look like if your company culture made a statement that in my company, we don't just show up, we show up well every single day? That's the beginning of what I call the sacred triangle of business. In the sacred triangle are your brand, your company culture, and the customer experience. Now, your brand is your first impression. It's the way that you put yourself out to the world. And your company culture ideally reflects your brand. If you present yourself as a high-end brand and then your company culture doesn't reflect that, you're out of integrity. The sacredness of the triangle is not in place. But if your company culture truly reflects your brand, I have a high-end brand, a top-tier brand, and my company culture completely reflects that, then you're in integrity. So how does that happen? How does our company culture truly reflect a high-end brand? Well, it's first of all going to come from the top down. It must begin with upper level management and ownership. We as leaders must be the example. We must show up well. And then it trickles down. If you try to build it from the bottom up, you will fail. First impression management begins at the very, very top. It begins with the leaders, with the owners, and it begins with our brand. Then what a joy when our company culture reflects that brand, and out of that company culture, we create an amazing, exceptional customer experience. We've been going about this a little bit backwards. We've been really focusing in on customer experience, and let's give the customer a great experience, and that is a critical part of the sacred triangle. But if we'll focus in on the company culture and really creating a culture of excellence, a culture of kindness, a culture that's others-oriented, that customer experience will absolutely flow out of the company culture. For me, just making these tiny 2-degree shifts, learning these simple strategies, putting them in place, landed me a $2.4 million deal over lunch that I was totally not expecting. But because of the reflection of my brand, the company culture, the customer experience, I made a connection that ended in a $2.4 million deal. I tell you what, I sure was glad that I had those tools in my tool chest at that lunch that day. So what's the price of incivility? What if we don't create this exceptional customer experience? What if we don't portray a high-end brand? What if we have a company culture that's less than optimal? This is the price of incivility. This is the other side of the coin. You can look at the stats. It's pretty gloomy. And the bottom line is this, that people are less likely to buy from a company with an employee they perceive as rude, even if the rudeness isn't directed at them. If people come in to your place of business and they have a bad experience, you're probably never going to hear about it. They'll just simply take their business elsewhere. The price of incivility is way too high, and it's easily fixed by learning a few simple skills. Conversely, at the University of Texas in Austin, job placement rose from 38% to 97% after experiencing our training. I was so excited. They even gave us the Bevo Award. We were so overjoyed that we had the opportunity to make those kinds of shifts. You see, this is what I've discovered, that people really do want to do better. They don't know how. They weren't taught in their homes. They weren't taught in the school systems. And then we hire them and we're irritated because they don't know just basic skills. I have a solution. And first of all, it begins with us as leaders. And I'm asking you today to take a step and connect with me so that we can join together and really be this change, that we can show up well and learn and sharpen each other. If you will text "show up," that's one word in Texan, to 22828, show up to 22828, that will connect you with me. And then from there, we can create this change that must take place in our world. We can turn around the incivility. When you connect with me, I'm going to send you a free gift. I'm going to send you an audio of what it really means to show up well. You can download a PDF that goes with it and really take a look at your life and compare. See the areas where you're showing up well. See the areas where maybe not so much. Could use a little help in that area. Showing up well is not about perfection. It's about being our very best in every moment and having the tools to truly make an optimal first impression every time. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. So here's what I did after we had such amazing success at the University of Texas. I put together what I call the professional success package. Now let me just tell you right now, I am not even a tiny bit interested in selling programs. I don't want to just sell programs and then let them sit on your shelf and gather dust. We call that shelf help. That's not going to do anybody any good. But I am putting out a plea to the leaders to polish up, that we be the example, that we find out how we can make an even better first impression. And then we help and equip our teams so that they can connect with each other. They can connect with our clients, our customers, our patients. They can connect with grace and with ease so that they show up confident. People like to do business with people who are confident. It makes them trust you. We can help them reduce their anxiety and stress because they're going to know exactly what to do and exactly when to do it. You'll find out that you can present your brand with power and make even higher level connections, just like happened with me at lunch that day. All of that happened I landed that $2.4 million deal just because I knew a few simple skills. You can learn too. You can pass this on to your teams. So I created this package. It's $397. That's per head. Everyone has their own package. This is literally the apex of professional development and personal development. Yes, we learn how to enter a room, how to connect with others, how to introduce ourselves, when to hand out a business card, when not to hand out a business card, all kinds of physical skills. But we also talk about forgiveness and letting things go. Because if you're a bitter person, it's going to affect you at work, and it will affect the way that you show up. If you're an angry person, it's going to come out at work. So this is really a crisscross between professional development and personal development. It's a deep dive. It's something that you do in the comfort of your home or office. This is between you and you. And then for every package that we sell, our contribution is we donate one to a deserving veteran or university student. Our veterans are having a difficult time ingraining back into society. And we have to do something about this. These are men and women who have not just shown up for us, they have shown up well. They have risked their lives for us. Some of them have lost limbs. Some of them have been maimed for you and for me, and we must help them. I have the tools to equip them and help them show up well so that they can achieve optimal success. Every time a package is purchased, we give one to a deserving veteran or to the next generation, to a university student. Now, I didn't want to just stop here because, as I said, I'm not interested in selling products. I'm not interested in selling programs and then they just sit around on your shelf. So here's what I chose to do. For every person going through this program, I want you to know that I'm hosting live mentoring calls all the way through November of 2017. Every single Monday, just like the mailman, I'm going to be there. Rain, snow, sleet, shine. I will be there every single Monday. I don't want you to fail. I want you to succeed. So every Monday, you'll get to hop on a call. This is live. You can ask questions. I'm going to be there to walk you through how to show up well. How cool is that? So I want us to connect through texting me. Text show up to 22828. You can find out, you can purchase your programs. If you're ready, just do it. Get yourself polished up, get your teams polished up. You can purchase them at showupwell.com. You can go there and find out a little bit more about that. You can email me at jan@civilityconsulting.com if you have questions. Let's be the change that we want to see in this world. And it all begins with us as leaders. One more thing I'm going to ask you to do, and that's help me spread the word about this movement to show up well. I am interested in creating such a buzz that the fire begins, and it begins at the top, not at the bottom. It begins with business leaders. So if you know business owners, entrepreneurs, C-level staff any kind of executive or official, those that represent top tier brands, I'm asking you to help me. Will you please help me spread the word that we truly can make a difference? We can be the change, but it has to begin right there with the one that we see in the mirror. We can be the change that we want to see in this world. Help me spread the word. Thank you. This is Jan Goss Gibson, showing up well in life and doing everything in my power to encourage and challenge leaders to show up well.